everybody, it's Lisa here. So today's video I'm gonna talk about journaling and how journaling can help you in your recovery. And specifically, I'm gonna give you some journaling prompts. It's gonna help you with your mindset and also with recovery motivation. So yeah, this video is also gonna be quite practical and I really hope you're gonna find it helpful. And if you're interested in recovery but maybe don't know how to start, then please check out my book, Everything I Did to Get to My Full Recovery. And also on my website I have few online courses to help you kickstart your recovery and also how to get your period back. And please like this video if you find it helpful and also subscribe to my channel. And now let's get started with today's video. So firstly, why should you journal? If you are in recovery from an eating disorder, then probably you know by now it can feel like one of the hardest things you ever do. Recovery brings up a lot of fears, a lot of challenges and triggers, and then it's so easy to lose motivation and feel like giving up. To remind yourself why you started this process in the first place and why it's so important for you to keep going. So journaling can really help you to stay on track and to support yourself when things get hard and to keep going on your recovery path. And journaling by itself can be a tool to help you rewire your brain. It can also help you with emotional regulation and also to improve your mood. And some research shows that journaling is actually good for your health because it can decrease stress and anxiety, and it can even improve your immune system. So don't underestimate the power of journaling. And next, I want to give you some journaling prompts for your recovery. Firstly, you can write about what are your reasons to recover. And this is maybe one of the most common first journaling prompts I would recommend to anybody, because when things get hard, it's so easy to only start to see the struggle and pain in recovery. So it almost feels like it's not worth it, or why even bother? So in those moments, I feel it's so important to reconnect to the purpose and reasons of why you wanted to start this recovery path in the first place. So take out the journal and write out the reasons to recover, why it's important to you, why it's a must for you. And for example, some of my reasons to recover were to have food freedom and a healthy relationship to food, to have normal hunger cues, to have more time and space to focus on living my life, to travel and enjoy eating the local food, to eat out with friends and try freely whatever food I want. And these are just some of my examples. So now make sure to write your own list. So the next journal prompt, what you can ask yourself and write about is, what was the pain I experienced in my eating disorder? Because this can also be very beneficial for recovery. For the days you feel like it's not worth it, there is so much struggle, you feel like giving up. So you have to reconnect to the pain in your eating disorder. So you really remember what it was really like, because humans are highly motivated by pain, and this is something you can use for your advantage. Write down all the pain you experienced in your eating disorder, how it affected your life, your relationships, your physical health, your mental health, your goals and dreams, and your life long term. And this can be another way to motivate yourself to keep going when you have those hard days. And here are some of the pains I had in my eating disorder: binge eating and feeling out of control with foods, constant food obsession, high levels of stress and anxiety, feeling trapped and alone, feeling hopeless and helpless. All parts of my life were affected. My health, my relationships, my work, my dreams and goals. So these are just examples of the pain I had in my eating disorder. So now write down your own list. And when things get hard, this is a list you can reread whenever you need to. It can give you the extra motivation to keep going and see that going back is really not an option. And I understand, even going through recovery can be quite painful. It's also a struggle. But I personally would choose the struggle in recovery that has a positive purpose any day than the struggle of an eating disorder that has no positive purpose or outcome. And also, recovery is temporary. This struggle can end one day, but eating disorder struggle is endless. It will never end unless you change something, you do something differently, and you keep going on your recovery path. And the next journal prompt or something to write about is, you can write about what went well today or what am I proud of today? Because again, recovery is hard as is. We have daily struggles. It's not all like unicorns and rainbows. Sometimes we feel like, what's the use? Am I even like making any progress? But instead of like focusing on everything that is like negative and everything that is bad and like all the daily struggles, start to notice and pay more attention to the positive things you see and positive things you do like every day. And those don't have to be like big things, but even like notice like the smallest things and the smallest positive efforts you're making, because what you focus on more of will grow in power. If you only focus on the negativity, what's bad, what's wrong, I believe you will get more of those things. But if you focus on what's good, what progress you have made, what went well today, then those things you literally will start to notice more of, because your whole mindset and perspective changes. And here are some examples I would write down in my recovery. I made a nice breakfast and allowed myself to enjoy it without guilt. I read some pages of an inspiring book. I wrote in my journal. I didn't criticize myself when I felt very full after a meal. I was compassionate. I called my friend and we had a nice chat. I organized my closet and got rid of some old clothes. So all of those things are something that went well and something I can be proud of, and some positive steps I took that day. So start to find more of those like positive things on a daily basis, no matter like how big or small, because it's a great mental shift to make in your recovery. The next journal prompt you can write about is, what positive signs of recovery have I seen so far? And leave it as an open list so you can always like add more stuff as you go along with your recovery. And this is something I did in my recovery to keep me motivated, to keep me going, because sometimes it's like so hard to really see the progress we have made like on a day-to-day basis. But maybe if you start to look back, like when you started and compared to now, like what are those little like signs and symptoms that will indicate that you have made some progress, whether in your like physical symptoms or mental symptoms, or how it has like positively affected your life or your relationships or your like mindset overall. So using your recovery, like those positive signs and experiences, is a great motivation, I think. And here is something maybe I would write down: less guilt and anxiety with foods. I'm noticing less food thoughts between meals. Sometimes I can go a few hours of not thinking about food. I no longer crave to eat the whole cake. My cravings are less intense. I can focus better on my work, or if I'm reading something. I sleep better. I have warmer hands and feet. I can go out and eat in restaurants. I have more food freedom. So these are some positive changes I started to see maybe like few months into my recovery, or maybe like first like half year into my recovery. And it wasn't like every day. I definitely had my ups and downs, but slowly those positive changes maybe increased in frequency and I noticed them more over time. And the last journal prompt I really recommend is to write down, what are you grateful for? And this is such an important thing to write about, because instead of focusing on everything that is bad or that are not like perfect yet, start to focus on the good things, or what can you be grateful for. And this is a very simple practice you can do every day that helps to rewire the brain and to create those positive neural connections. So what I recommend is to make your gratitude list maybe like more specific. If you are grateful for your dog, then maybe you can also add like why you are grateful for your dog. For example, I have a cat and I am so grateful for her, my cat Mona. So I would maybe write down every day like something different. I am so grateful for my cat Mona because she brings like so much joy and happiness to my life. I love how I can take care of her and how she makes me feel. So just as an example, like that is more specific than just saying that I am grateful for my cat. And for example, like in this moment, what am I grateful for? I am grateful for definitely this camera, so I can film these videos and to share this message with you guys. I am also grateful for the internet because it can connect people like all over the world. I'm also grateful for my job as an eating disorder recovery coach because it gives me so much purpose and passion in my life, and it makes me feel that I'm doing something important and meaningful. So yeah, these are some examples of like what am I grateful for at this this moment, but they're also like more specific. And each moment it could be like different things depending on like what I'm doing at that time. So this is it for this video today. I really hope you loved this video about journaling and also the journaling prompts. I hope you will start to journal, or if you're already journaling, then maybe I gave you some new ideas like what to write about. And I have another video about journaling, so I will link it down below, and definitely check out that video as well. And if you want to know more about recovery, check out my book, Everything I Did to Recover from My Eating Disorder, and also on my website I have a few online courses. Check those out as well. And please like this video and also subscribe to my channel, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. Bye.